everybody, welcome back to Bird Squawk. We're going to feed some babies this morning. I get tons of requests. I know I've got videos out that show us doing this, but I get tons of requests for updates and more as they get a little bit older rather than just a day old. So we're going to feed some cockatiels today. We're going to start with the youngest one here. And let's start with the food. Let's go back and start with this. Make sure that when you have the correct formula, that's number one. And then make sure that it's correctly mixed. That's very important because birds can get dehydrated really easily, okay, when they're only getting their food from a syringe. So look at the manufacturer's recommendations of how much food to water ratio and mix that properly. Also, it's very, very important that the water that you use to mix your formula, you always want to make sure that's 120 degrees. I use 125 degrees Fahrenheit to make sure that any bacteria that might be in the water that could harm the babies, we go ahead and we boil that gets out of there because it's so hot. Then, you do not want to feed your babies 120 degree formula. That will burn right through their crops. And so you want to make sure that formula is mixed. You continually stir it until it gets down to a temperature of 105. That's what you're shooting for. And you can see the consistency that we have here. It's a little bit runny. I wouldn't actually call this applesauce. It'd be a little thinner than that. But this is mixed. This is 108. That's probably 105 by now. And I pulled it up in here and we're ready to start feeding. Here we go. This baby's not been fed this morning, so we're going to go ahead and start. And we're just going to, let it taste a little bit. This is the youngest one out of the bunch that we have here. Yes, some of it's going to run out of them. That's okay. We're going to wipe all that off. And then you can see there's a little air in the crop. That's okay. Don't freak out about that. The bird's going to work that out, okay? These beaks are really soft when they're this young. So you see how it kind of gets stuck out a little bit, and you got to have to make sure you clean him up. Look, the air's still in there. It's okay. He's going to work that air out, and we're just going to let him. He's about full right now. And the air is still in there. You see it? That air is still in that crop. That's okay. We're going to let him go. He'll be all right. Okay? And we'll come back and check him and see if that air is still in there. If it is, it's okay. He'll work it out. Okay? You don't have to get all freaked out about that. All right? If they're eating, if they're pooping, and by the way I hold these birds and I stretch them a little bit. I'm holding his head up a little bit. That opens up his crop a little bit more, and you can see the food coming down through here. Again, this one has a little bit of an air bubble right there. That's okay. Look, he's already working it up to the top, and then eventually he'll, for other terms, burp it out. Okay, and we're going to stop until he releases that, okay? And he'll raise his head, and he'll open his crop. And look at all that air that's in there. That's okay. He'll get it out. Okay? Oh, this guy's big and thick. He's out of food. He's hungry this morning. So we're going to look at him go. He's just going like crazy. You want to be careful about sticking that tube in there too far because they have this jerking and bobbing that they do. And they can actually hurt themselves. So that's one of the reasons I hold their head the way I do. And again, it's going to come out, but we're going to clean these up when we get done. This guy eats great. He's getting older, and he's got it down, buddy. He's got it down. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just, they're all fed. And I keep these separated because I can tell on the early age like this, I could tell what parent they came from, okay? I know who they came from. And that's a way that you're upside down, I'm sorry, bud. And then, so it helps me identify the bird without marking the bird, without doing anything like that. And so that's why I keep them separated. And so I mark the container and not the bird. The other thing is, a real important thing is if I see blood in this incubator brooder that I have going on here, or if I see a runny stool, I wouldn't know which bird it was. I wouldn't know, you know, exactly right off the bat which bird it was. Now I can tell each individual's stools and what they're eating, how much food's going through them, and what that stool looks like. As a breeder, that's important to us. We need to understand what's happening there. Guys, these guys are getting cold, so I'm going to put them back on heat. Okay, again, right now we're running these guys still fairly hot, maybe in the 96 range, something like 95. We're still running them fairly hot. And now we'll move over, and I'm going to grab these birds. If you'll just hold with me right there for just a minute, I'll get these guys out. And these guys are just about ready to go to the next stage, which their feathers are breaking open. They have a little bit longer to go, and before they're completely off heat. We're weaning them down off of heat right now. Super friendly birds. These are great colors, by the way. One of them is actually a DYC. That's a dominant yellow cheek. See the orange on this one and the yellow on this one? So these are silver, pearl. Some people call them cinnamon. Okay. These guys have always been fed by me. Alright. And so they eat amazing. Now I could, and people on the internet, they're always comment about this, I could feed this bird much, much faster, okay? And you can see if I go slow, it's more of a problem for the bird than feeding it fast. If I just go like this and let some of it come out, that's okay. Okay, as they get older, they're going to reject a little bit. Watch this bird. It's okay, I can feed him slow. Okay, but they're starting to, they're getting old enough now, they don't want a bunch of formula, because they are slowly starting to pick. Now this one, I'm going to go in a little bit slower, okay? That told me he was done. See where he started pulling away? So that's what you got to look for. You got to look for when they're ready to be pulled away. This guy, he says he's hungry, but let's see if he is. Yeah, now he's still hungry, okay? Now remember, this guy beside him just pulled away from him. Now he's pulling away. Okay. So that's kind of what we go for on these guys. We kind of want to go by the feel. I'm going to have to watch these birds. Okay. Now he's pulling. I can feel him in my left hand. He's pulling away. These guys are done now. I'll clean these guys up. I wash their faces, wash the food off of them. But I just wanted to show you quick today, do a quick video. Show you how it is to feed some more baby cockatiels and some that are really kind of in the weaning stage. They're not quite weaning yet, but they're trying to. You can see they're backing away from the formula. So I wanted to just kind of share that with you guys today, give an update of what's going on. We got more babies coming. I have some that are in the weaning process where we only feed once a day. And so they're full feathered, they're in the cage. And we only feed them at night. And then during the day, they pick at the food all day long. Hey guys, we appreciate everybody, and things are growing, and we appreciate it if you'll hit like and subscribe and share the videos. It helps us. Again, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.